There's going to be a massive change coming toward the end of the summer regarding banking for immigrants in the United States, and this has all been released in a May 19th memo called Restoring Integrity to America's Financial System. What this executive order does is it lays out the aim of restricting unauthorized work use of America's banking system, meaning people without work permits or without social security cards being able to work and receive funds or receive government funds, which really doesn't even actually happen, but of course they included that in the order. What this memo says is that the Treasury Department will be creating instructions to banks by mid-July telling them what they have to go in and look for and audit, and they are going to be flagging accounts where people are opening an account without a social security card. So if you have an ITIN, for example, those accounts will probably be flagged, and they will be looking at people who are receiving lots of income through peer-to-peer payments like Venmo, Cash App, Zelle, PayPal. And of course, a lot of contractors receive payments. People who clean houses, people who do landscaping, people who do construction and own their own business often get paid this way. That doesn't necessarily, of course, mean that they're not authorized to work, but these are going to be things that will be flagged by the banks per the instructions of the Treasury Department. Then a month after that, actual regulations are expected to go into effect. So what does all of this mean? No changes between May and August, or it's June already, but June and August. If you are an undocumented worker who has a bank account, who uses a lot of peer-to-peer payments or receives a lot of peer-to-peer payments, you're going to want to start thinking about how this could be impacted by these new regulations. And so it would be a good time to meet with a lawyer and think through how you can protect yourself and your money, because ultimately funds are expected to be seized by the government and returned to the government rather than returned to the person whose funds were in that account, which is a very big deal.